Welcome to Season 5 of My Wife the Dietitian, a fun, evidence-based weekly podcast about nutrition and healthy living. On today's show, we discuss how fiber affects weight loss. We'll also give you Sandra's top 5 health and nutrition tips to start the new year off on the right foot. Stay with us. Enjoying the show? You can help others find it and enjoy it too by giving us a 5-star rating or review. If you feel like reaching out to us with a question or comment, you can send us an email at mywifetherd@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit our website at mywifethedietitian.com, as well as our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy the show. Welcome to My Wife the Dietitian. Hello, Sandra.
Hi, Rob.
How's it going?
Well, I'm excited. We're at the start of a new year here.
Exactly. 2026, season number 5 for My Wife the Dietitian.
Wow, that's incredible. It's been amazing connecting with so many different people, like listeners who are sending questions and having comments and feedback, and definitely all the guests. It's been like just such a rewarding experience doing this podcast. I love it.
Yeah, it's just the tip of the iceberg too.
It really is. We actually did one called The Tip of the Iceberg.
No, it was called Just the Tip.
It was men's health.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Oh, that's fun.
I love the titles.
I gotta have an outlet for my humor somewhere. Someone out there appreciates it, I hope.
I appreciate it.
Well, I know you do. Yeah. Hopefully there's other people that do.
That's right.
So you may have noticed as well that it's Tuesday.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's our new...
Shifting with the new year, we're shifting our episode days.
Yeah. We're doing the newsletter on Monday. I had enough to do on Monday. So I thought, you know what? Let's do this on Tuesday instead.
We're doing the episode shuffle. We're starting a new dance.
Push it back a bit. And then our nutrition nuggets.
Or push it up.
I think it's going to be on... Are you with me here?
Well, I'm thinking you push it. You said push it back. That'd be
okay.
Sunday. You push it.
There you go.
Anyways, I don't know.
But what are we doing for nutrition nuggets? It's on Thursday now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well, we have a big episode today because we have a question from a listener. Plus, I want to just take the opportunity to talk about 5 tips to start the new year. You mentioned the tip of the iceberg while we're talking about 5 tips.
Perfect. Good way to start.
Yeah. So the question came in, can fiber help me lose weight? It's a really good question. Love it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll leave that one to you.
Okay. What's your first thought on that?
My first thought is if you're eating fiber, what aren't you eating? You're probably not eating the stuff that is maybe preventing you from losing weight or making you gain weight.
Oh,
because
yeah.
fiber is typically part of a healthier diet, but eating fiber directly, I don't know. Like, is there some kind of magical, is it some kind of magical catalyst to burning fat or weight or however you lose weight?
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
And
so I don't know that part, but
that's, we're going to talk about that.
I figured we might. What do you think?
Well, we have done lots of different episodes on fiber. What's the scoop?
What's the poop scoop?
Or something like that. Anyways, that's one we'll link in the show notes.
What's the scoop poop?
What's the scoop?
What did I say? What's the poop scoop?
Yeah, I think you did. You're thinking of the kitty litter.
Probably.
Or something. Yeah. What is fiber?
I don't know how to define it.
That's okay. You don't have to. It's the indigestible part of plant foods.
There you go.
So there's no fiber in animal products. Fiber only comes from plant foods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So remember that.
I know that part.
Okay, that's really important to remember.
Okay.
The other thing we know, and we've talked about this many times, is 95% of the North American population is not getting enough fiber, right?
That is correct.
That's right. And part of the reason is, you mentioned it, eating
too much processed foods that don't have fiber in them.
You got it. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So if we move to more eating whole, minimally processed foods, you're going to get more fiber. And you can be strategic about it too. And why would you want to have more fiber?
Fiber is good for you.
Why is it good for you if it's the indigestible part of the plant food?
Because it's good for your gut.
Yes.
It's good for your gut health. It
You
cleans you
got
out.
it.
Yeah.
You got it. Now, we know that gut health is so important. And do you know why?
Because your gut is connected to it's like it just influences all the parts of your body, I think.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Absolutely. The gut is pretty integral. It's like smack center in the body, and it's like the engine of the body. Most of our health problems, most of people's medical conditions start in the gut because it's such a central organ. And we've talked about the gut-brain connection. It's like it has spokes. The gut is like an organ with spokes.
It's like the hub.
Yeah. It's got the gut-brain connection with the vagus nerve. We've got the gut-heart connection. We've got the gut-kidney connection. We've got the gut-bone connection. We've got the gut-skin connection. And immune system is integral to our whole system. And 70 to 80% of our immune system is in our gut.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really amazing. And fiber is key to help keep our gut microbes diverse and balanced. So we want like a lot of diversity and variety in the gut. So if we're not eating plant foods, we're not eating a wide variety of plant foods with fiber, then we don't have that diversity of the gut microbes. And if anyone's been in the hospital or have been on antibiotics for an extended period and you couldn't eat fiber because it was going right through you, or you just were not having a good time, you'll know that your gut lining was probably very affected. And to heal it is really important for your overall health.
And there you go.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's so interesting. So we also know, and we've talked about this before, how your gut is actually outside your body.
Yeah, that's a tricky one to understand.
Isn't that weird? Because you think, what? No, it's in the body, like it's in your body, but it's actually a hollow conduit all the way through.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's sort of sealed within your body.
But the whole point is it's a 30-foot long digestive superhighway. Did you know that? 30 feet.
30 feet. Well, all the zigzags, right?
Exactly.
It's like a tuba.
It's
I learned that in music class because it's so compact, or a trumpet or something. Those brass instruments and all the coils, and if you unwind them all, they're the same as your gut.
Yeah, and
but they're not brass.
No.
I mean, your gut's not brass.
Well, and there's tiny little. It's this epithelial lining, like it's like all these tiny little wrinkles, so that it's more surface area for the food and nutrition to be absorbed. So the epithelial barrier in our digestive tract is in constant communication with our immune system, with our whole system, to tell our brain what's going on, to tell our body that, like, if we eat something that has man-made chemicals or even alcohol, it actually is kind of like poison to our gut that communicates to the rest of our body.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So it is really interesting. And to get a perspective of how important and how massive the gut microbiome in our gut, it weighs more than the brain. So if you actually had it, it's like an organ in itself. It's 4 to 5 pounds.
Wow.
And if you took 1 drop of fluid from like colon secretions, I know it's getting gross. 1 drop of fluid has 1 billion microbes in 1 drop.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
So there's like 30 trillion in the whole gut microbiome.
Now, who counted those? Who gets that job? I don't know if that's the good job or the, like, you've been bad and you've been sent down to the lab to count the what did you call them? It's like detention. The microbiomes.
The microbes.
Microbes.
They're microbes. Actually, they're bacteria, they're viruses, they're parasites, they're fungi. There's like a whole, like it's just like going into the forest floor in a rainforest. And if you took a microscope, you would see a ton of different microbes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what we want our gut to be like. We don't want just one monoculture. We don't want just, in that whole experiment, like the Supersize Me with Morgan Spurlock eating McDonald's daily for 6 weeks. And what happened to his body? Well, he probably lost a big part of his microbiome.
Exactly. You want that kind of like active, flourishing environment down there, right?
Yeah, we really
it's
do.
Alive. It's like the rainforest, like you said. You look at that and all the stuff that's going on in there. It's just,
it's like an ecosystem.
It's a total ecosystem,
and it keeps our whole system running well. So remember, we've talked about the probiotics, prebiotics, postbiotics, symbiotics. Actually, we probably didn't talk about symbiotics.
Oh, that's one coming up.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be now.
Yeah. Well, that is just another example of everything that's happening in the gut. And we know that the probiotics are live bacteria, right? They're little live bacteria, and they need food. So if we aren't having the prebiotics, which is a lot of fibrous foods, so those fibrous foods are the prebiotics, which is food for the probiotics.
Right.
So we want the probiotics. We want a balance. We don't want just one. There was a good analogy of in high school, and you've got like the jocks, and you've got the art people, and you've got the debaters, and you've got like all these different groups of different people.
That was very polite, the way you described all those people.
How would you say it?
Well, they're the jocks and the nerds and the artsy.
And the bullies.
Oh, and the bullies, yeah.
So you get all these different actors, right? And if there's just one type, that's not good. You want you want the variety. And the same with our gut.
Well, they all feed off of each other.
Exactly.
That's kind of how it works, right?
Exactly. And I've worked with so many people who are just, part of the problem is not enough variety, not enough diversity of their foods. So maybe they're just maybe they eat vegetables a lot, but it's the same 3 vegetables they're eating over and over again. Right. And then they're feeding the gut bacteria, just the ones you feed are the ones that are thriving. And so you want a whole lot of different plants.
Yeah, well, it makes sense.
It does make sense.
I mean, it makes sense when you think of it in terms of that explanation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's so interesting. I mean, we'll have to do more on the microbiome, but we know there's different shifts with hormones. There's different shifts at different stages of our life. So if we think of the 3 Ps, so you think of puberty, pregnancy, perimenopause, that's in a woman's life. There's different shifts with the microbiome.
Okay.
And it's partly because the hormones are very connected to what's happening in our gut. And if we don't have that diversity of different plant foods and fiber, it can actually really affect our gut lining, and we can have that leaky gut.
Right.
Okay. So, and we can actually start to have inflammation. So a lot of people, as I said, a lot of chronic diseases or conditions actually start in the gut. So skin problems or heart health, like cardiovascular problems, because of inflammation. And it can be related to what we're eating or what we're not eating.
Right.
So like you said, a lot of people are eating highly processed, ultra processed, lots of junky foods. And so they're not getting those whole minimally processed foods. Right. So can fiber help lose weight? That's the question. And, it's amazing. Yes, it can, because it helps with especially soluble fiber. So there's 2 types of fiber, the soluble and the insoluble.
Right.
Soluble is the type that with water, it gels, it expands. It's like oatmeal.
Right. Okay.
Like psyllium and oatmeal. That actually makes a viscous, like it's a little bit thicker than water. Like if you were pouring it, you could, if you had enough water and you stirred it all together and you poured it like chia pudding, it's viscous and it actually slows the blood sugar rise in our gut. It's kind of like having like a slow release valve. You know those?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of like it helps it, you don't get this like instant blood sugar rise. It's like more of a slow, steady rise.
Mm-hmm.
So the fiber helps with blood sugar control and insulin sensitivity. It helps with feeling full and satiety and appetite. That's one of the things with the GLP-1s that more and more people, and we're going to hear more about the Ozempic type injectable. And what they do is they reduce your appetite and they make you feel full longer.
Right.
So, but fiber can do that. So if you try to get your fiber up to, like, a lot of people are getting less than 10 grams of fiber in a day. And what we want is up to 25 to 30 would be good.
Mm-hmm.
If you know that you're not getting enough fiber, we've talked about this before. You don't want to go from like low fiber to high fiber the next day. Like you don't want to go from having 10 grams of fiber to 30 grams of fiber the next day.
Yeah, you don't want to start eating a bag of spinach every day or you'll know it.
Right. And like, that's the thing. We're going to talk about what foods. But yeah, maybe about actually increasing it 5 grams of fiber per week. So kind of like over the week, maybe 1 or 2 higher fiber foods a day, partly because you're going to have a lot of digestive upset and bloat, and your gut's going to not be happy if you all of a sudden start eating a ton of fiber.
Yeah, it's a transition.
The other thing is bile. We've talked about the importance of bile. Well, if you don't have enough fiber, it really affects the quality of your bile. And that is how your liver is detoxifying your whole body. So we want to have good quality bile. And what fiber does, it binds the bile acids. And so this is really important. And the other thing, it helps break down estrogen. So we get estrogen in our environment, like through cosmetics, through food. We have like external estrogen that comes in through the environment. We also have internal estrogen from our hormones, our body's making.
Right.
So if we're getting like overloaded with too much of the estrogen hormone, that can be a risk factor for developing breast cancer. So one thing, if you have more fiber, that actually helps.
Like absorb?
It helps package up the estrogen and takes it to the liver, and it helps your body poop it out.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, the fiber takes the estrogen to the liver and it breaks it down, and it just helps your body get rid of some of that extra toxins in your whole system too.
Right. That's awesome.
The big important thing is fiber helps to rebuild the microbiome.
It helps rebuild it.
Yes. A lot of people have problems with leaky gut, or their gut lining is not very
strong.
Yeah, like they don't have that diversity of plant foods. And so having, trying to increase the fiber gradually will help with your gut microbiome. That helps the whole system run better, and it helps your body actually be more operate more efficiently. So that is going to help with weight.
That's neat.
I know, eh? It's pretty amazing. So what kind of foods have some fiber?
Well, you said plant foods.
Yeah. So
are there certain plant foods that have more fiber than others?
Absolutely. There's like a scale.
Oh, okay.
Right? So we know the soluble fiber, I think I mentioned oats.
Right.
And chia.
Right.
Right? So the type of fiber that if you mix with water, it's soluble, so it soaks in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Lentils are like that, beans. And the insoluble would be, if you mixed it with water, it wouldn't suck up the water. So that's like the leafy greens or the
okay.
peels of apples,
Right.
or so a lot of foods have both. I think we had an episode on kiwis. Do you think it has soluble or insoluble fiber?
It has both if you eat the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the seeds.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Seeds are actually insoluble.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of berries, and like you think of strawberries, you think of raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, cranberries. They all have skin and seeds, which are the insoluble fiber.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
And the insoluble helps your increase the transit of the stool. So it helps you have a bowel movement. So you've heard of roughage.
Mm-hmm.
So that is helpful to get the material through your gut. And the soluble helps bulk and gel and expands. It helps to make a bigger volume of stool, so that this is a good thing, so that actually helps prevent diverticulitis. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
It helps with blood sugar control. We know that they've done studies on oats and how it helps with blood sugar rise. So eating oats can actually help reduce the blood sugar rise. A lot of people think, oh, it's carbs, it's going to increase my blood sugars. But actually oats, because it's soluble fiber, it's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And breakfast, like if you're having oats at breakfast, it's a perfect opportunity to have that diversity of plant foods, right? Like, are you just going to have oats and brown sugar?
Well, I'm not. I mean, I have everything.
What do you have?
Oh, I have all sorts of stuff.
Tell us.
I've got.
Pretend there's someone who's never heard our podcast before.
Oh, welcome.
There's lots of people out there, I'm sure, that are listening to day one of the 2026. And it would be great for them to get an idea of what you have for breakfast, because we try to do 30 plant foods in a week. And Rob pretty much gets that in his breakfast.
On day one.
So what's in your bowl?
So my day starts with oatmeal. So I've got the quick oats. And then I add hemp hearts, flax seeds, and chia. And I've got wheat germ. Sometimes I have oat bran and wheat bran if we have some of that on hand. Almonds, cashews, walnuts, peanuts, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, pear sauce. Sometimes if we have some of that. We have plum sauce that I've made from our own plums. Throw some of that in there for a bit of flavor. Frozen fruit, usually blueberries. Usually one of either blueberries, cherries, cranberries. I think that's...
that was 18.
That's pretty close. I don't have that every day because we don't always have all of those items, but we have probably 10 to 12 of those at any one time.
Oh, and you know what I added to the grinder?
And raisins. I
and
put raisins in there too.
Or craisins sometimes.
I like chewy stuff.
Right.
I like chewy stuff and crunchy stuff. And then all the different flavors. Yeah.
And you said the cashews, walnuts, peanuts.
I got all the nuts.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And in the coffee grinder, because I've been making the sourdough bread with the 5 different seeds, you know, the flaxseed, chia, I put on the end. So flaxseed, chia, poppies, sesame seeds, and caraway seeds.
Oh, yeah.
So in the coffee grinder, when I grind the flaxseed for the morning and chia, I also started grinding poppy seeds.
Oh, yeah.
So you're getting a little bit of that.
A little bit of opium. No wonder I'm so...
Make you happy?
Yeah, woo!
That's right. You're funny. So yeah, that's another one you didn't even know about.
No. Well, I was wondering why I had that extra kick today.
There we go.
And by the way, we have a different coffee grinder, and this is recommended if you do grind, chia seeds and hemp seeds and that sort of thing.
Flax.
What did I say?
Hemp.
Yeah, no, flax. Sorry, flax seeds.
You don't really need to
they're all
grind the hemp.
Hemp's already ground, yeah.
Well, it's chewy. It's like soft enough that you don't have to grind it, but the flaxseed, the coating is so hard we can't bite through it like with our teeth.
Yeah, you need to grind it down.
Because you won't get the lignans, those really healthy fats in the flaxseed if you don't grind it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so you have to grind that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine to have a little bit of whole flax seeds like in your bread or something, but when like you're talking about grinding, you need to grind the flaxseed if you want those beneficial fats.
Exactly. And we have a separate grinder,
Yes.
one for coffee and one for grinding all that other stuff.
Yes.
Which is recommended. So if like I was saying, if you are going to be doing that, it's good to have a separate grinder for your seeds.
They should have a seed grinder.
Oh, maybe we're onto something. Okay, we didn't just say that. We're going to keep that one under our hat.
The question, can fiber help me lose weight? What do you think?
Well, you already said it does.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, I think we discussed why. So some of the 5 tips to start the new year includes all that we just talked about, but I'll just spell them out. So plant diversity. So try to get 30 different plant foods in a week. And I heard someone say, I can't even count 30 different plant foods. Well, you don't have to count them. Just add more color to your plate, add more seeds and nuts to your breakfast. Start your day with a lot of different plant foods, not just a piece of toast.
Yeah, or a bowl of cereal with milk on it. If you're going to have cereal, even when I go to my parents' house and I don't have my like regular stash of stuff, I'll still hit up their cupboard and I'll find some raisins and some seeds and some, a bag of peanuts or something, and I'll throw that on my bran flakes or whatever they have at their house, it doesn't have to just be a straight up bowl of cereal. You can add stuff to your cereal.
Yeah, that's good. And you could do it ahead of time. Some people have like a mason jar of all the different mix of nuts and seeds and grains for their breakfast, which is great. And so for people that like to count calories and macros, I'm not a big fan of that, but breakfast, you want more. You want to include more. So don't cut, don't restrict. That's, I think we talked about that at the end of the last year.
Yeah.
In the last episode or one of the last ones. Just I think it's so important to have, get your day started with a lot of variety of different plant foods. So that's the number 1 tip.
Can I add something to that?
Yes, please.
One thing that I do, I remember making the transition a long time ago to having this as a more healthy snack, but I keep a bag of trail mix with me. Kind of when I'm traveling, I keep one in the car. You can buy those pre-made, where they have peanuts and almonds and seeds
edamame
and raisins. And there's all sorts of different ones. Yeah, there's the edamame one. It's really good. But it's just a really good way to guarantee that you're going to have a healthy snack. If you get the munchies and instead of eating a bag of Doritos or whatever the easiest thing to grab in your cupboard is, typically that's what a lot of people do, myself included. I used to do that. I do sometimes, but trail mix is fiber. It's protein. It's healthy fats. It's a lot of the good things that you want to include in your day-to-day, nutrition in your diet.
Absolutely.
And so that's a good way to get those 30 plant foods up.
Yeah, I love that. That's right. Whole foods right there.
Yeah.
Right? Awesome. I love that.
Number 2.
Number 2. Well, yeah, that's what fiber is going to help with.
Oh, there you go.
So many people think that that's the only reason you have fiber.
I used to think that. I think that's what we were taught. I mean, that's what it does, but there's more. It's one of the things it does, I guess. But yeah, you're right. It's more than just number 2.
William Shatner was on that. Remember on the ad for that Fibre cereal?
Oh yeah, Fibre
that.
One or whatever. Yeah, that's funny.
So yeah, but that's part of keeping your overall system healthy is having a regular bowel movement. That is so key. And I think a lot of people normalize constipation. They just think it's normal not to have a poop every day, but it's actually really important. And if you're regularly not getting rid of your toxins daily with your bowel movements, then what can you do to change something in your lifestyle to improve that? Because unless you have an extra long colon, which remember we talked to Andrea Hardy about, which is, that is the case for some people for sure.
Yeah.
But we even know that people that take laxatives regularly, that can increase their risk of dementia down the line.
Really?
Yes.
The laxatives?
Yes.
Wow.
It's affecting your gut microbiome. And if you do that over and over and over again, it's affecting your whole system.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. There's so much to it. We're learning so much more about our gut and healthy gut, happy gut, gut-brain connection.
Mm-hmm.
So number 2 is throw out the junk.
Yeah.
It's kind of like pooping it out. Throw out the junk. Get rid of your junk. No, I mean, reduce the ultra-processed foods, right? Because what you said, the Doritos, those types of foods that are in like the crinkly packages usually, they're like the grab and go. They're easy. They're so delicious. The companies have made it so the bliss point is just so perfect that we want more. We end up eating way more. We end up eating 25% more calories when we are eating ultra processed foods.
Oh, for sure.
So that is not good. It's not good for our health, and it's not good for our gut health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The other thing too that I've noticed in the stores is there's a lot more sort of ready-made dinner options in the frozen food, like where you buy your frozen lasagnas and the frozen pizzas and all that stuff. There's an entire aisle now of stuff. And the scary part is it all looks like it's really healthy. It'll be like some like stir fry thing or some a curry thing but they're basically frozen dinners. But you look at the label on those, crazy amount of sodium, super high fat, tons of calories, but they market it as healthy and it's ready to go. So there's that whole part of it's almost part of our culture now where we need those quick, just throw it in the microwave and it's ready in 5 minutes or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's exactly it.
But yeah, read the label on those things and you'll be shocked at, how unhealthy they are.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because actually that's another thing we're going to be talking about in the future is the fact that in Canada, they're January 1st, they are requiring manufacturers to have, if they have more than 15% DV of salt, like sodium or any of the the ingredients that are not healthy, they have to actually have a big label on the front.
I showed you one of those the other day.
Oh.
Didn't
No,
because I'd never seen it before. They must have just made it or something because it had a big
it's
thing.
Mandatory.
Yeah, a big thing. It's probably in our recycling bin. They had a big thing on the front of it that said high in sodium. I didn't even notice it when I bought it. But yeah, I'm like, oh, that's new. I don't think I've seen that. And that's amazing.
We're going to see tons more of that on all
great.
the packages.
Yeah.
And some companies, some food manufacturers they are rethinking if they're even going to make some products because they can't fit the criteria to be the low.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And so the picture is like a big, the big magnifying glass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like highlighting, like the picture is highlighting the nutrition facts label of the sodium.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the fat or the sugar or whatever.
Yeah. So it's so interesting. And so it's going to maybe change some of the food landscape, hopefully in a good way. People you didn't notice when you said you bought it, you didn't notice, but maybe it'll be something that people will start to notice and then start to rethink what they're putting in their cart. So that's one thing we're going to talk about in the future.
The reason I brought that up about the frozen food dinners and that is that when people think about processed and ultra processed food, it's, at least for me, and I'm sure I'm not alone, but I think like chips and like stuff that is junk, like when you say junk food, but there's a lot of other foods that fit into that processed food category that aren't, like, I wouldn't consider them junk foods. They're like these healthy dinners.
Or like yogurt that's sweetened.
Exactly. There's all sorts of foods that are just, you really got to read the label.
It was so good when you came on a grocery tour, when I did a nutrition tour with the classroom, the school kids. And it was great because you did a scavenger hunt and look at labels. You actually have to find the cereal that doesn't have sugar in the first 3 ingredients and things like that. So I remember like you went around with the kids to show them the yogurt and look at the plain versus the flavored, like look at how much added sugar, you know?
Yeah.
So these are, like you said, I mean, yogurt's got that health halo. And we had an episode about health halo foods, foods that you think are healthy and you're just, you didn't want to eat them when you were younger because they were like health foods. But actually, when you look at them, it's like there's a difference between flavored yogurt and plain yogurt. A lot of, the sugar is part of that difference.
Yeah, exactly. My snack today, I took plain Greek yogurt, which is really good for you. And I put some of our homemade plum sauce in it, which is just ground up plums. There's nothing else. There's no sugar. There's no anything added to the plums. It's just literally I put the plums in the blender and turned it on until they were liquid. And then I poured them in a jar.
You took the pits out.
I took the pits out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no worries. So that was my flavor and it was delicious. You never know the difference. And there is sugar in fruit, obviously, but there's not added sugar.
No.
And it's not the same crap that you'd get in your flavored yogurt.
Totally.
This is all natural stuff that's our stuff, homegrown fruit and plain yogurt.
It almost deserves a point on its own in terms of like spend time about food. Spend time with planning, spend time with cooking. You got to clean up after you cook. And that's part of the reason a lot of people don't like cooking is they don't like the cleanup.
Yeah, true.
But I think if it's built into your schedule in the week somewhere, I think you're going to eat healthier and improve your health. We know that people that do home cooking, that eat foods made from home, are actually healthier in the long run.
Yeah, you have to be. I mean, you're going to be healthier.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
You're controlling the ingredients. Like you just said, like plain Greek yogurt with our own applesauce or like the plum sauce.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. You got it.
It's awesome. Yeah. So that's the other thing is, I mean, I think the cooking skills and food preparation skills are kind of becoming an endangered species because a lot of people aren't cooking at home and then kids aren't exposed to parents cooking at home. So, that plays a factor too. So something that we're going to talk about in a future episode. Wow, there's so many things. Okay, so number 1, plant diversity, more than 30 plants. If you can do 30 different plants, and that can be nuts, seeds, vegetables, fruits, spices, herbs, beans, peas, lentils, other legumes. So all those things.
Tons of things in that category.
And then the next thing is throw out the junk or kind of reduce your intake of those ultra processed foods because they do cause you to eat more because they're addictive almost.
Yeah.
The number 3 is kind of to do with your gut microbiome also. So add fermented foods daily.
Oh, yummy.
We'll talk more in depth about that on another episode. And I think we have one in the past that we've done. We did one on probiotics.
We've done a few, yeah.
Yeah, but add ferments. So what does that mean? Like, let's think of some common ones. So there's plant ones. What did you just have at lunch?
I use kimchi a lot.
Yeah, so kraut, some sort of sauerkraut or kimchi is like
it's like a spicy sauerkraut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What country?
I think it was, we just looked at this the other day.
Indonesia?
No, it was an Asian country. Like Taiwan? No. Korea. It's Korean.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because that's very available now in the stores. What's another one?
What's another one? Yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probiotic.
There's another one that...
Probiotic?
Yep. Probiotic. So there's another one like yogurt, but actually has...
kefir.
Yeah,
or
it has way more.
Kefir, however you pronounce that.
Yeah, kefir. Kefir? Anyways, yes.
Anyway, that
yogurt, kefir, kraut, like sauerkraut, and then kimchi, and then what's the other one that's like a tea fermented?
Oh, kombucha.
Yeah, those are some common ones. But there's a lot of, in our regular intake of different foods, there's like cheeses, like aged cheese.
I was gonna say a cheese, right? Yeah.
So there's different ferments. So try to include at least one, but if you can have 3, that's awesome. You're going to get more probiotics that are really good for that microbiome, like the balance of different bacteria. So that's really important. Number 3. Number 4, this is something we've talked about with Gina Warfel, mindful eating.
Mm-hmm.
So really, really, really important to take time to sit down when you're eating, to take some moments and thought about eating. Like if you think about, I heard this analogy about how oranges 200 years ago, it was like rare to have an orange, but the people that were wealthy aristocrats, they could have like an orange greenhouse almost, like they could,
Oh, really?
yeah, make their own, like they could grow their own orange trees.
Hmm.
And it takes, how long to actually get one orange.
Yeah.
And then when you're eating it, so like to actually, when you peel it, like you want to sense it, you want to smell it, you want to taste it, you want to peel that, like the burst of citrus, like it's just like such a sensory experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so many of us are running through our days just shoving oranges in our mouth, running off.
True.
And it's
Yeah.
like, what, holy, if you think of like everything that went into making that orange like in front of you, like to eat, like it's just such a sacred thing that we can savor.
Absolutely.
And I think that we lose this a lot, like with our daily modern living of being too rushed, overscheduled, too busy. We don't have time to savor our food. We don't have time to eat.
Well, when we don't prioritize it, I think that's part of the problem is like, okay, what do I got to do today? Eating is not on anyone's to-do list.
It's true.
Right? It isn't. It's just like, I got to go here and then I got to go there and I got to drop the kids here and then I got to go do this and then do that. And it's like, there's no time to eat, but you still have to eat. So you do it on the run or you jam a sandwich in your face, like between this and that. And like you're saying, you don't taste anything. You're not appreciating it. It's not good for your digestion.
Exactly.
Like, it's just, it's a really good time being the new year. It's a good sign to reevaluate what your day looks like and what you're spending your time on and figure out a way to prioritize eating to make time, because probably all of us, there's things that we're doing or spending our time on, probably scrolling through social media, which actually eats a lot of our time. There's things that we're doing that we don't need to be doing, and we're missing out on the things we should be doing, like exercise and mindful eating and preparing our food and taking time to eat and taking time to be with our family instead of being on our phones. Right?
Absolutely. I love that. That was a great rant.
Oh, thank you.
That was just, I wish I recorded. Oh, I guess we did.
Oh, yeah.
It's perfect. Yeah.
There you go.
Often we say, oh, I wish we had our little microphone so we could record right now. That's awesome. I love it. So yeah, I don't know. Do you remember Power of Now? Remember that book? Eckhart Tolle?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like from, I don't know, two decades ago, I think almost, like a while ago. Anyways.
Yeah, it's been around.
Yeah. It's kind of like that whole idea of like in the moment. So when we're eating, we're not thinking about our to-do list. We're not thinking about what happened yesterday. When our mind starts thinking about other things like that and not savoring our food, we actually can like start to have like problems chewing and swallowing and like digestion. And it can affect, our sphincter, our esophageal sphincter. We can have like esophagitis. And, there's so many things that can happen when we aren't grounded and, actually just having the time to think about the food we're eating and savoring that food. So that's mindful eating.
There you go.
Okay. Wow. All right. One last tip. This is a long one. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah. This is
great information.
This is good. It kind of sets the tone for the new year. So fluids like hydration is really important, especially when we're talking about fiber. Can fiber help us lose weight? Well, if we're going to start to increase our fiber, we need to have enough fluid to help that fiber get through us. Otherwise, we're going to have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So we need hydration. And with the fluid, starting a new year, you've heard of dry January, is it?
I think it's dry February.
Is it?
But I don't know. People do it all the time.
Yeah.
They just pick a month to stop drinking. And I mean, it makes sense right after New Year's.
Yeah, that's true.
It just doesn't interest me as much as it used to. Like I
You
don't
mean alcohol, drinking it or not drinking it?
uh
Like the dry
drinking doesn't,
Oh,
I don't
see.
know. I don't know. And fortunately, there's a lot of alternatives around now. Like we had like those Coronas, the non-alcoholic Coronas at New Year's, and that was great because I felt like I still feel like I'm having a beer. I'm just like, it feels like
Festive.
yeah. I mean, I hate that alcohol is associated with being festive. Like, why do we need to drink to be festive? But it's just, I don't know. Anyway,
It's really interesting because I mean the analogy, and I don't want to be like a downer here because we do have some alcohol.
oh, for sure we do.
But it's kind of like we know smoking's bad for people, and so the the guidance and the regulations are like, it's not like, oh, you can have one cigarette a day. That's okay. We know it's bad for us, and alcohol is a poison in our system.
Yeah.
Like it does affect our gut. It can really change what's happening for our whole system. And if you're healthy and strong and you're working out and you're eating well, you can probably be okay with a little bit of alcohol. But if you're not well, or if you're struggling with gut problems, you're struggling with other health problems, drinking alcohol is going to make that worse because your liver has to work harder.
True.
Your liver will prioritize getting rid of the alcohol as its first thing to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So then all the other things that the liver does comes after.
Oh, interesting.
So if you have issues with cholesterol or bile issues, like if your gallbladder, your liver is going to prioritize getting rid of the alcohol first.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I've told you many times.
Paul, there's so many. Do you realize how much stuff you've told me?
Okay.
Yeah, five years of stuff.
Okay, 5 years. No, you mean like actually,
well,
what is it? 29 years.
5 years of recorded stuff.
Well,
but
actually, how long have we been together?
Oh man, I stopped counting.
Oh,
after that many years of bliss, honey, it doesn't matter.
Well, okay. There's the being married, but then we were dating for 5 years before that. So
it's like 32 years or something.
Holy, that's incredible.
I know. I've known you more than half my life.
My gosh.
Right?
And you're still around.
Oh, wait a minute. Just trying to think of how old that makes me sound. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've known you for a long time. The one thing I was going to mention about alcohol as well is there's so many situations or circumstances where alcohol is associated with that. And I think that's what I was saying about like New Year's Eve. It's like, it's New Year's Eve, we have to drink alcohol. Or it's, I just finished work, I should have a glass of wine. Or I just finished playing my sports game, I should have a beer. There's all these things. And I think on New Year's Eve, I was kind of like, wait a minute, why do I have to drink alcohol? Like, just because that's kind of the tradition or part of the culture or the, I don't know how we've all been raised.
Yeah, being raised.
Well,
okay, honey.
not through the family.
No,
I
know
mean,
what
like,
you mean.
that's
just like it's rite of passage almost.
Yes,
when you're
expectations,
19
right?
Or yeah.
But yeah, there's certain, like going out for dinner. I always feel like I should order a beer. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I think it's a special occasion, I should have a beer, but I don't need it. I'm not like craving the alcohol. I don't, you know what I mean?
Eh?
It is funny. Yeah. So I think that's what I mean. I'm starting to question those situations more now. And it's like, do I really want to have alcohol right now? Or am I just doing it because it's mindful drinking, I guess it's called.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It would be. Yeah. It's like mindful eating. It's kind of like
it's the opposite of shooters or beer pong, I guess.
Yeah. That's fun sometimes. But
no, I know. I'm just thinking it's kind of like, it's like the hot dog eating contest with food.
Yeah.
Like, eating like a meal that's like super like you're savoring it and you're loving it, or you're in a hot dog eating contest and shoving as many as you can get down.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, no, that's,
but it's a good way to, if you were wanting to cut back on your drinking, that's a good way to maybe approach it, is just to question the times that you are drinking. And maybe some of those times you could find some alternatives. Because like I said, I think it is built into our culture, and there's all these different ways that we incorporate alcohol.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly. I agree. Absolutely. Yeah. So that's hopefully we answered the listener's question. Can fiber help you lose weight? Yes.
The answer's in there somewhere.
Yeah, the answer's in there. And then the 5 tips to start the new year: plant diversity, trying a variety and diversity of different plants on your plate, on your breakfast, on your lunch and dinner, and your snacks. Reduce the ultra processed foods, the junky foods. Add ferments daily, and okay to do more than one day. And mindful eating is really, really key to help with your digestion. And getting enough fluid and decreasing the amount of alcohol could be helpful.
There you go. That's a lot to digest, but there's no reason you can't listen twice.
Yeah. I was thinking of making this a 2-part episode, but it's done now.
That's just frustrating because then someone's got to wait for the second part to come out and then they forgot what the first part said, and it's easier just to listen all at once.
True. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. So that is it for this episode. If you want more information on us, check out our website. Got a great blog on there. We've got a great weekly newsletter. If you haven't joined that, you're missing out on all sorts of weekly information.
Veggie of the week or fruit of the week?
Oh, the veggie of the week.
That's
Man,
so good.
I bet people wait. They're probably like waiting by their inbox going, oh, when's that newsletter going to come? I wonder what the veggie of the week's going to be this week.
Yeah, well, it's great. There's tips on how to prepare things, why they're good and healthy. And then also recipe of the week, which is awesome. Always coming up with new recipes.
Yeah. And we got a bunch of new ideas too that we're going to start banging off this year. So it's good to be part of the newsletter because it keeps you informed with what's going on in the My Wife the Dietitian world. So you can sign up for that on the website, mywifethedietitian.com. If you've got questions for us, like our listener did today, and our listeners often do for us, you can email them to us at mywifetherd@gmail.com. And you can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can reach out to us there as well. We love hearing your comments and your ideas. So any feedback you're able to give us is super fantastic. And you can also rate and review. It's another good way of giving us feedback. It helps us, and it also helps other people sort of decide if our show is worth their time, which we all know it is, right? You guys like it here. That's why you keep coming back.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not for you, it's not for you, and that's fine. There's we don't want people that aren't interested.
That's true. Yes. And if you do like it, maybe your friends will like it. You can share with your friends. That's helpful for us. So that is it for this episode. Thanks again for joining us. And we will be back with Nutrition Nuggets on Thursday. It's a new day for Nutrition Nuggets. So don't be upset if you don't see us posting something on Wednesday, because we have started a new day. Nutrition Nuggets on Thursday. So that's later this week. We look forward to talking to you then. And until then, have a fantastic week. Thanks for joining us today on My Wife the Dietitian. If you like what you heard, don't be shy. Leave us a comment or review, and be sure to share our podcast with your friends. If you'd like to hear more, hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on our social media pages for updates, episode trailers, and other odds and ends. For more info and links on what we discussed on today's episode, check the show notes. We'll be back next week with another informative and fun-filled episode.